G'day guys, really special treat today in anticipation for UFC 246. Our expert Gugabe has joined us today.
Track from Playmaster, Shear is the widest with Ruben.
Welcome.
Thank you.
You
Always
seem-
nice to be on the couch.
You seem very happy to be here, which is good. Twardy, welcome.
Always good to be alongside the Goo and yourself, Dylan.
Yes, thank you. Gugabe, let's just get straight into it, mate. McGregor versus Donald Cerrone. Cerrone, the Cowboy.
Return of Conor McGregor, always a good event. He drags interest into the sport. And really, I think they've done their best to try and set him up against, I'm not going to say stylistic layout, but definitely a sort of mid 2-point shot. It's something that should suit him. Cerrone's always had issues of being a slow starter. Cerrone doesn't like it when he hits the body, and Cerrone backs up badly. And so, yeah, it's a good chance Conor just comes out hard and pretty much annihilates him within 3-4 minutes. So that's my initial view of the fight. But I feel like if Cerrone manages to make it to, say, start of the second round, 6 minutes, 7 minutes, you'll actually see a lot of potential to get an in-play bet on. Particularly since Conor will probably be dominating until he stops dominating. Like the speed map will be very sharp in that one.
So right now we've got McGregor at $1.35 and Cerrone at $3.70. So would you suggest maybe like a back to lay scenario on Cerrone, or?
If anything, I'd stay out the market till the end of the first round on terms of Cerrone.
Yep.
Connor first round knockout. Connor first round. I think it's trading about 3-ish. That's worth it at this point, but I feel like it's really an issue of once Cerrone's past 3 minutes, he's going to cross most of the danger zone for how this fight is going to play out.
Do we see this often where McGregor has taken, roughly 2 years off, Twardy?
I think November 2018 was his last fight.
Do we see this often, Gugabe, where fighters would take this amount of time off and they come back into it straight away? Like they're 100% is what they used to be? Or how does the time off affect them?
It's always kind of a mystery. Some fighters come back and they're just firing all cylinders from day one. I think Conor's got an advantage because he's always been very explosive out the gate. He's not necessarily one who takes enough time to develop a feel for a fight. But also, yeah, I think it's possible, as a 5, even 10% chance that he just does not look like who he was. He hasn't had any meaningful action since fighting that old man in the pub. And
Good from you.
otherwise, who knows? That left hand's still the same. I don't think he's a welterweight. It's absurd that he's fighting up there after the Diaz fights. Diaz is not particularly good.
Yep.
And I think it could have been an issue where Conor's game does play a lot into him being the bigger man. Cerrone is both taller and longer.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
So I feel like if Conor ever finds himself going backwards, he could be in serious issues.
Yep.
Do you read much into all that chat about his trainer saying he's in the best shape he's ever been in and all that, Jace? Or do you think it's just hype going into the fight?
I only have listened to negative feedback from trainers or coaches. I feel like it's more likely they're going to be honest about something negative than there's going to be about positivity, because positivity means nothing. And really just that sort of level view of a fighter, it doesn't really play into that much.
Yep. So lay it out for us. So you've got McGregor, KO round 1.
Yep.
But you're waiting to see how the fight will play out.
If it doesn't happen, then obviously look at picking up Cerrone to recoup your substantial losses, and you should be able to grain up eventually.
Good.
That's my spirit towards Betfair.
There we
Right.
go.
So you've got plenty of other fights on the card. We're only going to talk about one of them. The rest of them you can check out on the Betfair Hub. Osborne v. Brian Kelleher. How do you see that one playing out?
I think Osborne's pretty untested at this level. His very best wins are against, say, mediocre competition on the regionals. He hasn't even been to decent level regional competition. His cardio is a bit of a question mark. Haven't seen him go 3 rounds since 2016, where he gassed out pretty badly after a solid first round. Kelleher's coming off 2 losses, but they're both to elite talents. Lineker's top 5, and Montel Jackson looks like he could be the real deal. And as a result, I just don't really see how he can put Osborne as a favourite when he's such a big question mark. There's takedown defense issues, there's cardio issues. He doesn't look like he's capable of checking leg kicks. And people just always underestimate the difference in quality between low-level regionals and UFC. Like if Osborne had one of the decision on Bellator or just even LFA, where he just showed 15 minutes of cardio, solid output, and shoring out the grappling holes, possibly might be interested, but as is, I just cannot see how you can play him as a favourite. And you've got to take the known quantity against the debutant.
So Kelleher's $2.24 right now on Betfair, so you'd have him around the $1.80, potentially the $1.75 mark, you reckon?
Yeah, around $1.75. pushing even further. Just honestly, Osborne's a big enough question mark. It's just like you've got to play. I feel Kelleher should be the favourite, but till you got really people dialed into the UFC, we haven't seen Osborne outside the first round in 3 years.
Yep.
So it is possible he's shot up all his holes. Am I going to assume that's the case blindly? No, I'm tend to be a pessimist about upcoming fighters.
Perfect. Thank you, Gu. And just quickly, you're obviously watching these events live at home, tweeting potential plays as well through In Play. So if they're looking for more commentary as well throughout the entire card, they should follow you on Twitter.
Yeah, definitely. Go around that Gugabed.
We'll chuck a link in the description to your Twitter, and hopefully a couple crawl in over the weekend.
Yep. We get across Twardy and Dill's socials as well.
Don't worry about
Stay
me.
far away from them.
Thank you, Gu. Good luck with your bets for the weekend.
Thanks a lot.
We'll be back at the next episode, and Sammy will be on the couch. Welcome back to part 2 of Inside the Hub. We've subbed in Sammy.
It's great having the Go on.
Yes, he was fantastic as always. Twardy, welcome back.
Yeah, good to be here.
We're going to get straight into it. New content provider debuting on the Betfair Hub, New Zealand Racing.
Yes, yeah, New Zealand Racing. We've got a little bit of juice for that now. So we're kicking off this Saturday at Trentham, Wellington Cup Day. 2 Group 1s and then the Group 3 Wellington Cup as well. So yeah, we'll get started with race 7, the Group 1 Telegraph. Been won by Enzo's lad, who's been a gross outsider the past 2 years, and he's won them both. But he's in the field again this year, but our analyst doesn't see him finishing.
Which has probably happened the last 2 years.
Exactly, yeah. So he's outlined his top 3 threats there being Julius, Avantage, and the Aussie Winter Bride.
Yep. There's a bit of Aussie flavour with Advantage as well. We saw the mare over here. One successful prep, and then the last one, which wasn't so successful.
Yeah.
So, look, there's something there. These races are always pretty good because the Group 1s will always be 3 or 4 horses in there that the Australians will know. But now we've actually got Toby Edmonds, Winter Bride over there, who was really good last start, where it was making ground and just didn't quite get Julius. So.
Are we about to enter like the prime time for New Zealand racing here?
They've got some pretty good races with like the Karaka and stuff. It's probably not their best racing, but as in the excitement around the sales, which are in a couple of weeks. It's a pretty good time.
Yeah, this big event that weekend's just huge for racing in New Zealand. So
it is. But you sort of got the Auckland Cup, which I think's start March and stuff like that as well. So it's a good time. But,
yep. And Twardy, the Group 1 Thornton Mile as well?
Thornton Mile, yeah. So it's Windspell, Rock on Wood, and Vigor Winner are the 3 contenders that our New Zealand analyst sees as being...
Yeah. Well, Windspell looked really good. Both runs actually back this time. Another one that's been in Australia plenty of times, so we've seen eyes on him here, and he's never really disappointed. He's really consistent, but I think he broke through for his first Group 1 last start. Which surprised me, actually. I thought he would have won a few New Zealand ones in the past.
So Windspell there for 5 units, suited by the step up to the mile.
Yeah.
So 10 units is our max bet for our new Zealand man.
Yep.
So 5 units.
It's about $6 you'll get for him, I'd say.
Fairly confident bet first up, which we like to see straight
I like
into
it.
Fingers crossed.
And the Group 3 Wellington Cup as well to finish off the card.
Yeah, a couple of stayers, the 3,200 metre race there. These horses are generally pretty competitive if they are in Australia as well. Anything out over that distance, not necessarily in the Group 1s, but I think we've got the Good Fight in there, which was out here for a couple of nice runs as well. I think he sees Just a Maze.
Yep.
Just going all the way over the 32. So not a lot of speed in the race.
Yep. Perfect. And Twardy, so just confirming, so all the biggest race days in New Zealand coming up, we'll have content for all of those?
Yeah, that's right. So our New Zealand analyst he'll be previewing every meeting that includes a Group 1 for the rest of the season, and then plus 2 or 3 other races on the card that he likes to look over. Plus the Karaka Million, So there's probably another 6 or 7 meetings to look forward to across the season. So keep an eye on them.
Perfect. Make sure you check out those on the hub every Saturday. WA Racing, Terry had an absolute ripper of a Wednesday at Bunbury, I think
Bunbury
it was.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it was up 18 units across the 3 races that he tipped.
He's good.
Got a winner in all 3. So
beautiful.
there's a good day for him, and hopefully he can keep that going at Ascot this
Yes.
weekend.
Back in town.
Back at Ascot today. Only 3 races on the card. Not a lot of confidence units-wise, Sammy, but still some good prices
and some
around.
of them are pretty. The two are reasonably short. Like we might be getting around $3 on them, but that's no problem if they're winning.
Yep.
That's what you want.
Yeah, and he makes mention Willie Pike actually not riding in the Cerise and White too much. So I think Peter's horses will be, they're getting ridden by a few apprentices and stuff like that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Best bet on the card, Twardy, race 6 units to win on Alimentaria at currently around $3 on the exchange.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, he hit a bit. I think it was about 6.5 units was his max bid on Wednesday, and that
Bang.
brought the chocolates home. So around that kind of 6 unit field for Terry, I think that's when he starts getting pretty confident. So that's definitely one to follow in, I think.
Yeah.
Likes an outsider in the last 2, I've noticed. So
Yeah, perfect.
position.
A little nibble on that.
Yeah,
Close the day
it's up
out.
my alley.
Yeah.
Which is good. We've also got so much other racing content on the Betfair Hub right now. We've got the Jump Outs boys
Yeah.
on the Hub now, providing their top 5 jump outs of the week.
Yep.
I guess, of horses to follow. Maybe when they get nominated for the race. I think last week they had Be Good to Your Mother as well. So
Yeah, that's in there. There's a few. We've got one tonight, Jewel, as well, which has been highlighted. And there's another 5 in from this week. So there's plenty there.
As always, we'll mention the main stuff always on the show, but there's always so many things that we don't mention. So I just encourage you to check out the Hub and feast on that and see what you like.
Plenty on.
NBL Twardy. It's a big week for the analysts this week.
It is a big week. Yeah, last week they did pretty well. A couple winners in there, two from two. Now we're looking to start off again tonight. We've got the Breakers hosting the Kings in the first game of the round. They're liking the look of the under in that one, under 178.5 points there. And I think later on in the night, the Wildcats host the Phoenix and divide that one up as well.
Yeah, double header today. The Wildcats line currently 6.5, which seems absolutely ludicrous. The Phoenix, as expected, they've tailed off, and you expect that for a new team and a new league to not be up there for as long as they have. They're starting to feel the effects of how long the NBL season actually is, and the break hasn't helped them. Bryce Cotton's 100th game tonight for the Wildcats. One of the best NBL players ever, so the crowd will be up and about for him. Only 6.5. Perth should really be putting away the Phoenix there. And also the Breakers and United later in the week. The analysts have gone straight out on United, Twardy.
Yeah, I like the look of Melbourne in that one. They've been in a bit of a slump lately. A little bit of chat of locker room issues, as have been touched on. So, but yeah, I think Melbourne are clearly the more talented team there. Rumoured that RJ Hampton's shut it down for the season as well, so that's just another blow to them. No Corey Webster obviously for a few weeks. No RJ Hampton. Jared Weeks is basically the only point guard they have now, and he's nothing special. So
So right now I think you can get above $2 for Melbourne United on Betfair, which seems if you thought you'd get that price at the start of the season, right now it's pretty ridiculous. But it's going to be quite a big game. We'll talk some cricket, Sammy. India, Australia's second ODI tonight.
Yeah.
Smacked them in the first game.
Amazing stuff.
Didn't lose a wicket.
No.
Couldn't believe that when I woke
No,
up
it surprised
and saw that.
me too, I think. Especially considering Finch wasn't making any runs in the BBL.
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. So not going with an outright of Australia or India tonight, Twardy. They've actually gone with Rohit Sharma to be the top Indian batsman.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's right. You've gone a little bit left field there, but I've noted down a few stats there which make a pretty compelling case for that bet. So it's currently around the $3.75 you can get for him to be India's top bat, and he's averaged 68 in his last 17 ODIs, which is huge, obviously. Averages 60 against Australia, and he's top scored in 6 of those last 17 ODIs that we just touched on. So
when's he come in? Does he open?
Sharma opens for him. Yeah, he looked in really good nick as well before Stark got him in that first game. Yeah, just always looking to score, Sharma. So I think the opportunity for him to score runs is always going to be there. And I think that's why they like him opening so much, because he'll either bash them and get 150 or he'll go out straight away. So it's one way or the other for him. Also heading into tennis season as well. So the Australian Open starts on Monday. We'll have Ace, our man, previewing the entire draw. So we're expecting that to be about Saturday.
Yeah,
to,
get all the good stuff on
to-
Saturday night, hopefully.
to release on the hub. So looking forward to that. Any early bets there, Sammy? Anything you like in the Australian Open? I know you like Stan Wawrinka.
The best, Stan. Dimitrov yesterday was my
Oh,
other one.
Yep.
Which I've been asking around the office. I'm not getting much support, but I think my eyes lit up a bit at the 120, considering I didn't think his form looked that bad, and he plays okay in the Open generally.
Yeah. Semi-final last year, I believe, for Dimitrov. So,
Yeah.
And
I think we'll leave this for Ace, though.
yeah.
yeah, he's the main man.
So yeah, that's something to look forward to as well. I believe we'll have a video for that on Monday as well, just touching on that. Anything else, boys?
Do you want to disclose any of your Aussie Open futures plays?
We'll
Keep that under the rug?
We're only on Medvedev so far in the men's. Got him last year. No, not sure on the women's yet. I don't think Serena should be as short as she is. I think Osaka.
How short is she?
She's $4.50 right now.
Okay.
On Betfair. Osaka will give it a good shout.
Yep.
Barty, I'm not too sure, but yeah, it's certainly tough. The women's draw, seeds get knocked out in the first round, second round, so many of them every single year. So a bit of a tough one there. But on Medvedev in the men's, I like him to go well.
That's what we wanted.
Cool.
Excellent.
Alrighty, that's it. Well done, boys.
Thanks,
Lovely.
mate. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you all next week.